Hey guys, it's Lyan. Welcome back to the channel. Recently, I really hurt myself at work, and a lot of you guys had asked about the story behind what had happened. I'd crushed my hand, and I thought it would be fun to tell everything that happened. Some of it's kind of, if you're queasy, I get it. You probably don't want to be there for the first part, but the second part in urgent care is pretty hilarious. So if you enjoy crazy things happening, people getting, if you're the kind of person to laugh at America's Funniest Home Videos, this might be the video for you. That's all I'm gonna say. I thought it would be fun to tell. If you want to catch more stories like these live, don't forget to go follow me over on Twitch. Sub to me here so you never miss anything that happens, some of the fun stuff that I bring over here to YouTube, and enjoy the story. So here's how it happens. Story time. Am I falling apart? Pretty much. I'm about that age, I guess. So at work, there's a warehouse, there's a couple of warehouses, one for the department that I work in, and there's another one for just generic use for the building. And so I was asked to go get procure some pallets for use, for shipping some of our products. So I went to go and get it, and I was looking for my preferred manual jack, my pallet jack, that I couldn't find. It was misplaced. It was put somewhere it wasn't supposed to. So I had to use an automated jack. This automated jack has a lot of torque, a lot of power, and a lot of, it's just a lot. It's just a lot. So the way this jack works is like a throttle on a motorcycle. You turn the handles, you pull it back to make it go in reverse, you push it forward to make it go forward. Very simple. So I'm trying to get into this tiny space where there's the stack of pallets I'm trying to get, but I have to turn into it in a very tight space. And I try to get in there, and I have to realign, so I put it in reverse. When I put it in reverse, it over throttles, and it shoots back, and it traps my hand against the handle under the shelving, industrial shelving that we use in the warehouse. And it pinned my hand. So this is the shelf. It pinned my hand in such a way I could not let go of the throttle in reverse. It was stuck in reverse. So it pins my hand and it's stuck in reverse. And then in reverse, it's pushing my hand up and back against the underside of this industrial steel shelving until it pushes along the underside of the shelving and it comes to the support post and it slams my hand into the corner of this shelving. And so my hand is pinned in there. My first instinct when my hand initially got crushed was hit the emergency stop. I hit the e-stop on the machine, because this is exactly the scenario. This is exactly what e-stop is supposed to do. And so I hit it, and when I hit the e-stop, it pauses for a second, and then it completely re-engages and proceeds to smash my hand. So my hand is pinned, and there's just a litany of thoughts going through my mind right now. And in the most feral act, the most feral train of thought I've ever had, my thinking is I either rip this hand out of this situation now, or I lose it. Because this thing is still torquing, and it's still ramming against my hand pinned in this corner. So, I take a deep breath, and I'm just like, and I just pull my arm out, and that's where all these abrasions came from. All these scrapes and abrasions and contusions and stuff was all caused by that jerking motion. So I free myself from it, and I'm the only person in the warehouse, so I have to call for help. My phone, right now, my right hand is useless. It's swollen and bleeding, and it is absolutely useless. So my arms hanging down like this, and my phone is in my right hand pocket. So I have to take my left hand and go all the way around. I've got to reach all the way around the other way and grab it and pull it out awkwardly. It was just crazy. You got into a fight and broke your hand? Yeah, exactly. I got into a fight. If anybody asks, I got into a fight. So I finally get my I get the phone out of my pocket, and I call my acting supervisor, and it's a very short, very panicked call. I'm shaking. I just so much adrenaline and everything going through my mind. I'm just like, I'm in the warehouse. I need your help. I crushed my hand. Click, and God bless this man. I've never seen him move so quickly. His office that I called him at is across the building. All right, it's on the other side of the building. Not 5 seconds passed, and I hear the warehouse door open, and he's shooting into the warehouse, just yelling, trying to find me. Which was not hard because I was grunting and groaning in pain, trying not to scream. This was by far the most pain I've ever experienced in my lifetime. This hurt. This is the closest to a 9 on the pay scale I think I've ever been. So I'm sitting there, I'm leaning against stuff. My arm is down like this. He probably thinks that it's just shattered because I told him I crushed it, which I technically did, but apparently in my industry, if you crush something, that means you've like ground it into dust, and it's just never coming back. It's never gonna be used again. A lot of you guys have said I was lucky. I could have been, and we all agree, it could have been a whole lot worse. Could have been a whole lot worse. Oh no, I've been racked in the nuts plenty. This was way more painful. So he gets me settled. He makes the call. He like reports the emergency. We get the ERTs up there. We get everything situated. I'm sitting now. I'm starting to recover. And and if I thought it hurt before, after all that adrenaline starts to fade away and all of the endorphins start to recede, my hand just starts pulsing and hurting. So we get it on ice. And then I go to the urgent care, and that's going to be the next part of this story, but I'm going to see what you guys have been saying real quick. Can you imagine what that guy was thinking he was coming to do? Oh yeah, he probably thought it was horrible. He probably had something in his head. But I'm glad it wasn't as bad as it could have been. It could have been a lot worse. I could have lost my hand. I could have been the biggest thing, and trigger warning, if you're easily squeamish, this is going to be a very squeamish term. I could have easily been degloved in this scenario, and the fact that I wasn't is incredibly lucky. If that steel shelving had one sharp burr or something, a nick in it, it would have cut all along the side of my hand, and that would have been horrible too. It could have been a lot worse. I'd be thinking, damn, now I gotta do paperwork. Yeah, I did think of that. So let me tell you, before we move on to the urgent care, let me tell you about Lyan's priorities when it comes to these kinds of moments. After this happened, after instinct took over and I yanked myself right out of that situation, and all that pain was rushing through me, I had 2 thoughts. All right, I had 2 thoughts exactly. Thought number 1 was, boy, how is this going to affect my ability to stream? What impact is this going to have on my ability to stream? Nothing but the highest priorities. Nothing but the highest priorities. How is this going to affect my ability to stream? And then 2, I can't remember 2 off the top of my head, actually. I can't remember what the second one was, but it was something equally ridiculous. And it's just like, man, how am I going to be able to do... Maybe it was like just gaming specifically, but... yeah. What about my stream? Yeah, like I don't. Who cares? I can scribble away with my left hand enough to get by. But yeah, this is my dominant hand, unfortunately. So I'm relatively useless when it comes to writing or signing things. I can probably actually, let's see. I can probably get away with this. You know what? You know what does suck? You know what does suck? I can't use chopsticks. No sushi for Lyan for a few months. It's good to hear, Blue. I'm glad that turned out better than it could have. That's good news. First panic thoughts after he realized he was going to lose hand was about us. It really was. It really was about you guys. I can't remember what the second one was. I told Knight, but I can't remember what it was. I'm just going to have to eat sushi by hand. have to be that guy. I refuse to use a fork. I refuse to use the fork with eating sushi. So the next part. So after we get everything done, we make sure I'm stable. We make sure I'm not gonna pass out or anything. We get myself into a good situation. We ice my hand. The on-site nurses have come. They've looked at it. They write me a ticket to use the cab to get to urgent care, and I go to urgent care. Okay. So something that you guys might not know about me: whenever I'm in a high stress situation or if I'm under a lot of duress, I like to counter all that with humor. I like to counter that with humor, or at least what I think might be humorous at the time. Not everybody always finds it, not everybody finds it funny, but I tend to do. This is usually about me anyway, because I'm the one who's in duress or under stress. So I get there, they take my temperature, they help me sign in because I obviously can't write. And I overhear, because we had called ahead, I overhear the people behind the desk are like, "Oh, this is the trauma. This is the trauma case that we had heard about." And so my very first thought, and it was out my mouth before I could think to stop it, was, "Trauma? Have you guys been talking to my therapist?" And I say it loud enough for the whole waiting room to hear. Okay, we're in the waiting room. It's the people behind the desk. The people helping me sign in. And so I say that, and I'm like, "Have you guys been talking to my therapist?" Silence. Nothing. I didn't even get a courtesy chuckle. I didn't get a smirk. Nothing. Every single worker, every single patient, everyone was just like, just absolutely stoic. And a lesser Lyan, a younger Lyan, would have felt defeated in that moment. But no, I was like, I'm gonna have to double down after this. So it was an unfortunate start, but I actually got somebody with a sense of humor to actually take a look at me. This is where the fun really starts. Just wait. So I go to the back. I go right in. We apparently have this situation where we have a dedicated staff to our work for these situations. So I go in. She sits me down. She looks at it, and we get to talking. She helps me fill out the paperwork. She just asks me questions, and I answer them, and she fills out the answers. Until it gets to the point where I have to initial and sign something, and I have to do it with my left hand, because at this point, this is all casted. This is under ice bags. This is absolutely useless, and I did my best. Shaking. I'm not left-handed at all. So by the time I'm done writing RB, and signing, it looks like a kindergartner had come through and forged my signature. It was absolutely horrible. But we're talking. I'm making banter. I'm just being silly. I cracked a few jokes. She appreciated them. So I thought, okay, this is actually we're gonna be able to make this kind of fun. It was actually gonna be kind of fun. So we fill out the paperwork. I sign it, and then she calls in a new guy. There's a new guy who's just kind of learning a lot of the ropes, and I'm his first trauma case. All right. Apparently, he's not seen somebody with a trauma injury before. So she calls him in. They start unwrapping, getting a really good look at my hand. And she starts talking to him about it and getting it, like, it's a pretty simple case, but the way she says it, she says she's coming around to take a look and coming with some fresh ice packs, and she says, yeah, he's a simple one. And I, without missing a beat, I say, yeah, I get that a lot. And she starts laughing. She starts laughing like belly laugh, full belly laugh. And he just kind of gives me this like, like this courtesy. I'm laughing because I feel like I'm obligated to professionally, but he did not appreciate the humor. But I liked her. She had a sense of humor. She was fun, and I really appreciated it. And it made it fun for me. I think when people laugh in these situations, it makes it just better for everybody. So that was the last full good laugh I got with her. This next part of the story is really just for you guys. This next part of the story is really going to be funny for you guys. So they set me up for x-rays. I also got my tetanus shot because I can't remember if I've been, this is unrelated, but I got a tetanus shot. I couldn't remember if I have or haven't gotten it in the last 10 years. So if in doubt, just get the shot. It's once every 10 years and it's simple. You can't have too much immunity to tetanus, and it's such a nasty disease that it's worth it every time. Simple stick in the arm, no problem. The guy who did that was also good humor. We had fun, little banter. Next is the x-rays. All right, I gotta go get this x-ray. They gotta see what's going on underneath the skin. So they take me back. They set me up. They set me up for the x-ray. They get me in position, and I'm looking around. I'm trying to find material. And I noticed a sign that says, if you're pregnant or think you're pregnant, let the technician know. I, of course, am not pregnant, nor do I think I am pregnant. However, I couldn't help but notice that the technician herself appeared to be pretty pregnant. She seemed pretty pregnant. So I make a joke, and I say, oh, hey, you might want to be careful. This might be, it says there that if you're pregnant, this might be a little bit dangerous. And she looks at me and she says to my face, I'm not pregnant. Oh no, no. I start to visibly panic. I look away and I look back, and she's looking at me. She's looking at me with this look. She's giving me this look like, yeah, come back from that, funny guy. I dare you. Let's see you come back from this. I was just like, I'm so sorry. I'm just going to shut up now, and we're going to take the x-rays. So very quietly, I very quietly take the x-rays. She tells me what to do. I do it. I don't talk back. I don't sass. She's staring me down. I mean, I'm pretty sure if she had laser eyes, she'd have burned me down right then and there. We get the x-rays taken. We take the x-rays, and I go into a new room. I go into a new room where I wait for the doctor to look at the x-rays and come back and tell me what the news is. And she comes in, and we get to talk, and she starts talking about it. She said, and I mentioned, I think the x-ray technician hates me. And she's like, why would you say that? Who is your technician? And I start to describe her. She's like, I was like, brown hair, glasses. And the doctor says, oh, the pregnant girl? I got jebaited by the x-ray technician. I got hecking jebaited by the x-ray girl. She, without knowing who I am, without missing a beat, destroyed me. Just some guy who hurt his hand, and she woke up today and chose destruction, and she nailed it. She nailed it. Oh, I started cracking up laughing. I told the technician, the doctor, and the doctor started laughing. Oh my gosh. It was so... I couldn't believe it. I got so jebaited. It was...